What's going on, guys? This is United Sports coming at you another video. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about The Undertaker's The Last Ride documentary that's currently on the WWE network. It is an absolutely mind-blowing documentary, and I think they're about 3 episodes in at the moment. But before we get talking about that, guys, can you please make sure to hit that subscribe button? It really helps the channel. A lot of you guys who watch these videos aren't subscribed, so why not subscribe today? It would be a big help, guys. Getting back to the video, guys, yeah, where do we begin with this? It's just absolutely mind-blowing, this documentary they put together. They've been recording it for the last, I think, 3 or 4 years, and never ever in my probably like over 20 years of watching wrestling have I ever seen anything like it. It's just it's so detailed, it's so structured, and it's almost as if the people who were recording this, you know, they had a plan from the start and they knew exactly how they wanted to put it together. But there's just no way of writing The Undertaker's career. It's a lot of stop-start, as you'll see if you've been following the first 3 episodes. Of course, after WrestleMania 33, I think it was, he actually decided, well, he kind of was thinking of it before the match against Roman Reigns, that he was going to retire. And for the whole 3 episodes so far, we've seen how even his wife talks about, Michelle McCool talks about, how he's just in a vicious cycle of just keep wanting to return after surgery. You know, he's even talking to the doctor in one of the episodes, and he's saying that like he's had 15, you know, major surgeries, which is just absolutely ridiculous. This man is nearly 60 now. I think he's in his late 50s, and just see him put himself through so much torture is just absolutely unbelievable, and just shows how much he loves the business. How many times he's wrestled when he was injured, you know, so many times he's put family, you know, second to the business. You know, he shows his relationship with Vince McMahon, and it's just really, it's sad and it's kind of cheerful to watch at the same time, because you're thinking, you know, he says himself that he's happy with his career and the things he's sacrificed, but you can tell part of him has a lot of doubt. Maybe later on in life, you know, he'll be able to talk a bit more about this, but it's the first time really in his career we're actually able to see The Undertaker speak for himself. He's done more interviews and stuff in the last month than I think he's done in the last about 20 years, probably since he was like the American Badass character. Now that he's kind of, you know, broken kayfabe, or he hasn't broken kayfabe was broken a long time ago, but now that he's just kind of Mark Calloway, he's The Undertaker, he's just able to talk to the media. He's done plenty of podcasts in the last couple of weeks too, and just to hear the man talk, and he's not afraid to show that The Undertaker, the man Mark Calloway, has been vulnerable at times. He has felt weak, and not even physically, just in his mindset. You know, we've heard before about Ric Flair saying that when he first came back to WWE in the early 2000s, how he didn't feel like Ric Flair, and you can tell in this series that The Undertaker, you know, for the last couple of years he hasn't felt like The Undertaker, and like that's kind of sad thing to say, but he talks about how Triple H is always trying to lift him up before matches, you know, boost his confidence, and Triple H has really done a hell of a job. They covered the 2 end of era matches between him and Triple H, and also the 2 matches with Shawn. He said himself in the documentary that he thinks them 2 series of matches against Triple H and Shawn Michaels were probably the best of his career, which is mental considering, you know, that was in his latter stages of his career. But he was probably in ring, he was in his prime. He wrestles about once a year. He referred to himself as Santa, you know, he rolls around once a year. But just to see what this man has risked for the business, it's hard to put into words. If you haven't watched this documentary, guys, go pay your $9.99, whatever it is. If you can watch it free online, just get your hands on these 3 episodes so far. I'm not sure when the next episode's coming out. It could be Sunday, it could be in a few weeks time, but I think there's a few more episodes. I can't even talk. There's a few more episodes to go in this series, and you really have to try watch these if you can, because if you're a fan of wrestling, if you're a fan of The Undertaker, maybe you don't watch the product anymore, but if you're a fan of wrestling in general, go watch this, guys, because this is just, you know, everyone's talking about Michael Jordan's The Last Dance. I've been watching it. It's an unbelievable series, but to see, you know, this is WWE's equivalent of Michael Jordan. This is their big stage player. This is their, like, you know, this is their guy. The Undertaker is WWE true and true. And yeah, he's on my Mount Rushmore. He's probably my #1 after watching this documentary. He always was my favorite wrestler, guys, but I think he's just cemented his legacy by just being so honest and so open to fans, and it's really nice to see that insight, because for so many years we haven't really known what's been going on with The Undertaker, what he's been going through physically and mentally. But yeah, this documentary is a 10 out of 10 for me, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below, guys, what do you think of these series so far? I've absolutely loved them. I hope you guys have too. And yeah, I'm going to catch you in the next video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.